Hello all, this is Trusha Patel. Welcome to the part 2 of macro processor. So starting with the macros in C language. The first type of macro available in the C language is object-like macro that we can define using the hash define statement, a simple identifier which will be replaced by the code fragment. Let us have a look on that. I can declare one variable. Here I have declared pi with hash defined and the value assigned to pi is 3.14, and this pi variable I have used inside my program. After the macro expansion, this hash defined statement is omitted from my program, and inside my program pi is replaced with its body, that is 3.14. Same way, I can write down hash defined statement inside the void main as well. Here I have defined p as an variable and the body of p is printf, and I have used this p two times, one time inside the main and the other is in a user defined function. And after the macro expansion, both this p are replaced with the printf and this hash defined statement will be omitted from the program. The next type of the macro is function-like macro. This can also be defined using the hash define statement, a fragment of code which has been given a name. Let us have an example. Hash defined area as, it is having two parameters h comma w, and the body of that function is h multiplied by w, and this area as I have called from my program. Now after this macro expansion, this height will map to h, width will map to w. So here the statement will become something a is equals to height multiplied by w, the same as the body of this function. And this hash defined statement is omitted from my program. Coming to the nested macro call in the C language. A model statement in a macro may contain a call of the another macro. Such calls are known as the nested macro calls. Macro containing the nested call is outer macro. The called macro is the inner macro. Expansion of the nested macro call follow the last in first out rule. That means the last macro will be expanded first. Okay. Let us have an example. I have declared two macros. One is the sqr function and the other is the area function. Now you can see that inside the area function, the body is 3.14 multiplied by sqrx. So here this sqr is another macro. Now inside your program, I have called the macro that is area. So after the first expansion, this area will be replaced with the body of the area and it will become 3.14 multiplied by sqr into the bracket r. So this r is mapped to x, right? Now this sqr is again a macro. So this sqr will call this macro. So that will go for the second expansion. So after second expansion, this sqr r, so here this r will be mapped to a. So will be converted as answer is equals to 3.14 multiplied by r multiplied by r. Thank you. We'll be back with the part 3 of macro preprocessor soon.